Holler if you hear me, and welcome to this, our 5,000 subscriber celebration right here, right then, right now. Oh, yes, 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 yes. We've moved up a bit in the world now, being up to 5,000. Now it's just a matter of getting to the other 5,000. So we all know how the algorithm goes out of its way to mess with those channels that do not agree with what they want to hear. I want to show off something I saw through Imgur.com, where somebody went and made a channel diagnostic, or no, it was a chart showing all the different types of channels and percentages of how successful you are, or what percentile your channel is in if you have, this many subscribers and so on. So then you see in this little graph right here. So here I am. Yeah, 1,000 is when you get monetized, but then look at this, 5,000 subs. According to this, 4.60%. So I'm now under the 5 percentile right there of channels. Apparently it's less than 5% reaches 5K subs. So, and there's also this one right here from this site here, Tim Queen is the channel. How many YouTube channels are there in 2025? Well, according to this, there's over 113.9 million. Only 4.4% of the 2.6 billion active YouTube users created their own channel. And this article breaks down the total number of those channels and shows you how many channels have more than 100 or 1K, 10K, 100K, 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, and 100 million subscribers. And then there's this ant right here. That's nice. The 10,000 subscribers makes you an ant. So that means I'm between a worm and an ant right now. I keep thinking about it when building up this channel like this, what I've been doing. It's kind of like pro wrestling, where you're out there and, there's those that come on in and they have the right connections or the right notoriety before getting in there, and they're able to just get the career, handed to them on a silver platter because of some Nepo baby crap, or because they already had some major notoriety from somewhere else and then went into wrestling, like say with, Ken Shamrock in the 90s, or more recent years with, I think Logan, no, is it Jake Paul? Or one of the Paul brothers. That sort of crap, or somebody who just walks in, had no experience, but then they're able to immediately become a big success within a year or so, like say, Bill Goldberg with WCW. Then there are those, more often than not, there are people who will have a whole career where they keep on performing, and they perform and perform, and their life is pro wrestling. And yet there they are. You never see them go anywhere near the big shot, the big time of like the WWE, or even like in Japan, like New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is the WWE over there in the land of the rising sun, which has a huge wrestling business and following. You get these people where they're living out of like a van or something their whole life, but they're working the indie scene and they have a career, and their notoriety is enough that they're able to get from, driving for hours on end to get to one, $200 wrestling gig after another. But then you get those that are going through that indie scene. They start out and they're performing, whether they went to a wrestling school or if they just started by getting into like dirty, unregulated, underground, borderline kind of promotions where they're performing in bingo halls or in school gyms or in backyards with a ring set up or what have you. And they just work that out, and they're able to get that sort of experience where then they're able to actually start getting really real paying gigs. And those paying gigs are minuscule things, but then they're able to, when they get that time in the ring, or that time on the mic, they're able to go and just bust their ass and get enough attention that they earn one follower, one fan, and then another. And wherever they move, they're able to keep in touch with that fan base that likes what they're doing, and they're able to really reach out and really connect personally with that fan base. And then it takes years upon years of going through some developmental promotion after another, some indie promotion, and then maybe they'll get a contract with a WWE or what have you that has some little indie promotional outfit where that's where they'll go and get talent under contract to go and get that professional seasoning, where under the inspection of those higher ranking WWE officials, those producers, those creative types, they'll observe what they're doing in that regional promotion in Ohio or in California or something. And with enough attention and enough time, then they say, okay, this is somebody that then we can bring up into some bigger area, into our bigger promotion, where now they get the chance to have, actual WWE matches, or even nowadays in the last years or so with NXT being now a weekly show with its own set of pay-per-views separate from the WWE, where it's new talent getting to show off what they do. But now there they are as this young up and coming talent working on a national TV kind of platform and all that, or at least now they're with Netflix instead of, with that regular old TV. What it is that I've been doing, how long I've been doing this, professionally starting this out, and really doing the channel and really doing content since late in 2019. This has been, 6 years almost of me doing this. And yeah, I definitely much am one of those where I did not get this shit has not been handed to me based on who I'm friends with. This isn't Drunk 3PO. This wasn't me being a rich kid who had the right politics and was friends with the right pedo, through his Discord. So I was able to then get a following handed to me as well, like with Vosh. No. Or this wasn't me jumping into a scene when there was a lot of money to be made with going on about The Last Jedi or Captain Marvel. So no, this is me getting 5,000 is me having earned it, okay? And I'm guessing it shows between the people here that have been coming into the chat. You've got Peach Fan and you got Juliet, and now the Peter Venkman fan site saying, congratulations on 5K, Luke. Well, thank you there, my lady, to Venkman fan site right there. The fact that, well, I know what shaving is and that vegetables are for eating and not for putting up your butt or for recoiling in fear from, and that I've actually performed a sit-up in the last 5 years. Maybe that's why, that along the fact that because of those things, I'm able to actually earn female audience members who actually watch me for they like what I do, and that I am not some physically repulsive doofus. But yes, Venkman fan site there, considering that it's all been women subscribers that have been coming in here in the beginning of the stream to celebrate, it shows, well, now you know why some of us actually earn our female audience. And if anything, the technical improvements that the channel has developed over this past year or so pretty much entirely are thanks to the women in my life, between my mother and my sister, as well as my cousin Elena. So you have that's what makes it hilarious when you see me doing the content I do that gets on the bad side of South Park apologists or veto defenders or Vosh sociopaths, and they tell me to touch grass. They call me a virgin. Is that why I have so many female audience members that are confirmed actual human women in my audience, as opposed to dudes posing as women with sock accounts to try to lift up some idiot's ego and pretend that there's any women that are interested in him because they're perpetually angry they never got laid in high school without using chloroform? We will drink to that for the sake of Venkman fan site. So this was amazing. This has been astounding. This has been great. And we'll actually also see statistics of how the channel's been moving like this. I see the monthly audience when it comes to the audience on the channel analytics, that so far the monthly audience now has been 93.8% new viewers. And the good times rolling on like a rolling stone.